sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish things that aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
They kept the populace busy with entertainment. But other dictatorships use other strategies to control ideas, the knowledge. How do they do that? Lower education. They limit culture, censor information. And it's important to remember this, that this is a pattern that repeats itself throughout history.
And as the parent of 2 young children, I'm particularly concerned about screen use and its effect on our children. Studies clearly show that we're seeing record levels of anxiety and depression coincident with smartphone adoption and social media use.
This means that many of us are still being influenced by a media machine that focuses solely on the negative.
Homicide,
murder, stabbing, death, stabbed, murder,
deathbed,
severed arm, murder, stabbed at the gas station,
unsafe,
gruesome murder,
crisis, credible fear.
The term racist between July 14th and 21st was said 4,100 times on CNN and MSNBC alone.
I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it.
Shooting. 13 hours of violence in this country.
Large capacity rifle magazines.
Handguns.
Cut to commercial.
homicide,
murder, stabbing, death, stabbed, murder,
deathbed,
severed arm, murder, stabbed at the gas station,
massacre and killed, shooting.
13 hours of violence in this country.
Large capacity rifle magazines.
Handguns.
Semi-automatic weapons.
Shooters.
But more importantly, we need to realize that the political world we see inside of our phones isn't real. Those who use these apps every day, throughout the day, are living in a kind of daydream. Clearly, we don't need to stare into our phones to daydream, because life in general is already dreamlike. But I argue that our social networks and media worlds on our phones can exacerbate this dream state by reducing the one thing that can help us wake from it: attention. It must be a coincidence that the act of training one's attention through meditation is practiced diligently by Silicon Valley elites. It's not a conspiracy. Big tech knows they've created apps that decrease attention spans, while at the same time they're using little to no social media and improving their own attention skills by practicing meditation. It's worth asking, however, that if ever there were a human trait an elite would want to exploit, it's attention. Because if we can't pay attention, we can't get out. We're stuck in the daydream, a place where our collective psyche poisons itself, ignorant of the fact that at any moment we can drown that part of ourselves that believes it's real and get out